You might remember a recent video with the Charvin semi-hard pastel sticks that I did an unboxing and swatching and test a while back. And one of the things that I mentioned at the time was that I was really curious about the difference between semi-hard or hard pastels and soft pastels because I'm not a person that normally uses them as a primary medium. And so I wanted to just grab these. I ended up at Hobby Lobby today and they had these for $11 and it's 48 colors, and I thought, well, this is a great way to maybe test out soft versus hard pastels. And so I bought this to take home, swatch, do a little experimenting with, and have some fun. Hi, I'm Kate, and if you want to stick around for this soft pastel stick unboxing, swatching, and first impressions, I am so happy to continue this video. If you find value with this, make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and let's get to it. I'm going to unwrap this box just to get the glare off of it. I have it just kind of cut, but I wanted to make sure that I had the price on here because I didn't want to forget what I paid, and it's stuck on the plastic. So the normal price is $19.99, but Master's Touch goes on sale for 40% off pretty often, but they had a your price on this for $10.99. I'm not really sure if it's like a clearance type item or what. So I'm going to unwrap this and be right back. Okay, so with the box open, it has a cardboard box that it's packaged in. It's pretty substantial. It's kind of a nice glossy box. And it does come with 48 half sticks. They did have another set there with 24 sticks. And I think it was sort of the brighter colors, and I was excited to get this one instead because, like I said, I don't use pastels a lot, but I do like mixed media, and so the half stick size actually works much better for me with a larger color variety. This is the last one that they had on the shelf, so I went ahead and picked it up and brought it home, and you can kind of see it's sort of a nice little package. They are in here diagonally, and they're kind of nestled in these little things. They look good. They're square or rectangle shaped. They definitely have the residue like you get with any soft or hard pastel. These are not oil pastels. They're just going to be chalky. So with the Charvins, one of the things that I observed was that they're sort of like very granulated when you put them down. So they kind of feel almost sandpapery in a way because it's a little bit harder than what you might expect a chalk stick to be. And I was wondering if I got soft pastels, if they would be more like that chalk consistency that I think would be a lot easier to use in wet media on a regular paper. So what I'm going to do first is go through these and swatch them. I'm going to swatch the first couple on camera and just kind of comment on what they feel like, and then I'm going to do the rest and come back. Of course, I am doing one that you really can't see, so let me move to the next one. Right off the bat, though, it does feel nicer as far as powderiness. It feels much nicer than the Charvin, and I shouldn't say nicer, but it feels finer and not quite so granulated. Now these are probably not going to be quite as brightly pigmented, although that doesn't look bad at all, really, because these are, I'm sure, just kind of like a student grade. And if you look at the back of the box, actually I should have probably but on the back of the box, they have color names for all of these. I'll show you when I get back to that closed box, and I can. But on the back, they have color names, but there's no pigment information or anything like that. Now, one of the things that I would really like the idea of is using these in wet media. That's really, for me personally, I think one of the reasons why I didn't really get into pastels for a long time is they're dusty, they're chalky, and I think they're kind of they're kind of messy, where I really like the sort of neatness of watercolor and acrylic and things like that, where it's not going to have just kind of dust everywhere. But I think when using it in wet media for mark making and things like that, that's going to be what I really like. Now, so far, these colors are good, and this does feel a lot more like that chalk that I was kind of talking about, where it's not, now there's a little chunk that kind of broke off with this one, but these feel very fine. They don't feel gritty. They don't feel like sandpaper. So I'm going to finish the rest of these swatches, and I'll be right back. All right, I've got my swatches all done. As far as color selection, I really, really like them. They feel very smooth on the paper. As pastels, they are powdery, so what I'm going to do is go over these and wet them next and see if I can lock them in. But before I do that, I just wanted to give you a quick little look at the back. So if you wanted to pause this and look at the colors that are in here, you can do that, and it's a nice little package. One thing I will say is that if you only grab for these every so often, the packaging is fine. It keeps everything in place. These little plastic inserts go over everything nicely and holds it together. However, because they're in there kind of diagonally, they are a little bit difficult to get out if you don't have long nails or something like that. So just keep that in mind. If you're going to be grabbing for them a lot, put them in another container. So what I'm going to do is go through here, grab my brush and wet it a little bit, and just activate these a bit and see if it makes any difference. Some of these I've kind of gone over with my finger, but I do want to see what they're like wet. And so those first few I had gone over with my finger a bit, and then these ones I haven't really touched at all. I'm not going to worry about rinsing my brush between every single one. I just want to get them wet and see how they act. And they do spread out a bit, but that original pastel mark is staying there. Just so you know, this is a mixed media paper, so I don't know how that might change depending on what kind of paper you're on. I've got a couple of these larger pieces that are on here, but I'm just trying to eliminate that powder a little bit. One thing I will say, and this really kind of goes with Master's Touch in general, they are really more student grade. I don't have quite the same color payoff as I do with the Charvins. I think if you're talking in terms of pigments, the Charvins are way better than these. They lighten up considerably when you make them wet. They're not quite the same, but for my usage, I think they'll be just fine. And I like the texture of them better. So depending on what you're kind of after, you might want to give something like this a try. You could also just spring for some nicer soft pastels. This really is a good lesson for me on the difference with the really the consistency of the chalk itself. I really wanted to see if it was going to be very different, and it is. These are incredibly smooth and they go down really nicely. So if I use these often in my painting and mixed media, what I'll probably end up doing is springing for some nicer ones. And I don't even think nicer ones are very much more expensive. And I don't know that I would get this many colors, because there's certain colors, I mean, as you do things for a while, there's certain colors that you kind of gravitate to and use more. And one of the things with some of these convenience brands like Master's Touch, they have this whole selection of colors, and you can't buy singles like you can with some of the more professional brands. So that's something to consider as well. And you can, depending on where you shop for your art and craft supplies, you can get a lot of different brands of pastels. Now these are the chalk pastels, and I'm just clarifying that because there might be new people on here who've never used either. And these are much different than oil pastels, which I have also used on this channel. Oil pastels are oil-based, and they will never actually dry. There are things that dry, like I think they're called oil sticks, and I've actually never used those, but I have heard of them. Oil sticks are more like a traditional oil paint, and they will cure over time. Some of them I think have a shorter cure time. But oil pastels, even if you handled them 50 years from now, they'll still smudge if you don't have them fixed. So oils in general and oil pastels specifically are much different than these. These are quite literally like a chalk, and so they work well with water-based media, and you can see you can activate them a bit, and depending on the brand and the quality, I'm sure it'll have different levels of activation that's possible. But these are really fun, and I do really like the colors here. And you can see they activate a bit. I feel like they'd be kind of fun with maybe even mixed with watercolor. Another thing with the kind of gritty Charvins is that if I'm working on regular paper, like in a sketchbook, like mixed media paper or something like that, if I wanted to draw with a pastel stick into wet paper, the Charvins were so rough, they were kind of making my paper pill up and tear a little bit, because this paper is pretty delicate once it gets wet and you can't really do a lot with it. Watercolor paper can, you know, kind of take a beating, but some of this sketchbook paper and even mixed media paper, it's just sort of delicate, and if you keep working it over and over or drawing into it while it's wet, the paper just really isn't strong enough to stand up to all that. So it kind of can interfere if you want to be a little bit more free with your marks. It's just a lot harder to do that with things that are going to basically destroy your paper. So I have some limited use for the Charvin sticks, and it really is just it's just based on the consistency of it. The colors are wonderful. I love them, and they're so pigmented. These are, I mean, honestly, I'm gonna have fun with these. The colors are nice. They work well. I'm gonna give you a close-up, and you know, I wasn't that careful about rinsing my brush between all of them, but you get the idea of the colors. One thing I will say is, as you can see by these swatches, there's not a whole lot of green in here. And I think this might be a black. Actually, I should have checked. If this is a black, it's not a very good black. It's sort of a dark brown. But I really like the selection of blues in here. But there's only a few greens, and they're all pretty bright. I think this here is an olive green, and it reads very neutral, khaki. And then there's a lot of nice yellows, pinks, and a couple of good reds, but mostly yellows and pinks and oranges. And we have a lot of good blues and some good neutrals in this. So depending on what colors you really like to grab as far as convenience colors, just keep that in mind. If you work a lot with green, this might not be the product for you unless you want to do a lot of blending. But I'm going to try a couple more things actually. I'm going to just shut that page. I want to try dipping it in water and drawing with it, because they should be, you know, water soluble. So I did a dip. Doesn't really seem to make a, well, I guess it does. It does make a bit of a difference. The other thing I wanted to try was if I wet my paper first and then draw into it, how easy it is to make marks. And it's pretty easy. I actually really like drawing into the wet paper. That's really nice. I would love doing that. And that's really what I want. I'm going to get some more moisture on here and just kind of play around with the colors. Got this orange one. Bring it over here into the blue a bit. Kind of having some fun here. Oh, that's nice. Now if I touch this, I'm kind of pilling up the paper a bit, so I can't overwork it too much on this paper, but it's not there. It writes really beautifully, and you can still kind of activate it more. So yeah, I think these will be really nice to use. So I'm looking forward to breaking them out in some mixed media project. But I hope you enjoyed this video today. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more like this, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep creating.